Alright, so as you see, I always put the screws back in, but all that's held on there by a wire. Now I'm halfway thinking about removing the steering, just the steering wheel here. But if I do that, I want to mark where this is where it is. I don't want to move nothing on here until I put this back on, but I would still put a mark here and mark where the steering wheel come off of here, even though it's really going to go on in one way, but some of them might not be that way. So you just want to mark the relations of everything. I might pull this out, I might not. I'm not 100% sure yet. It wouldn't take that long to get this thing off of here. So I have decided to pull the steering wheel out. So I don't know if you see that tool there, but I just expand that. It's just an expandable tool. Alright, so now I got a 13/16 on there. I'm gonna just come in with the down here, pull that screw off of there. Alright, so now that I got the puller on here, I just got it hooked up the long way because it's only 2 bolts on here. And I just want to, it didn't even take much. That's off of there now. So that steering wheel is out of there. So I don't want to remove none of this because I'm just going to dye this. And alright, so I want to just come in here and just show you here. Now this steering column was really filthy. So I want to, this stuff is, to do this, look at all the gook coming off of there. So just look at all of that junk. So you gotta, to get this to clean up, I know it's a hard job, but that's why when you do this for other people, and that's why I learned to do this stuff myself, it costs to do this. So, you know, most of this stuff I just do on my own vehicles. Then just have to learn how to do this stuff. But it's a lot of crap coming off of there. And all I'm using right now this was just so dirty and faded. Guess that guy just drove on that side, and that's just faded there. So I'm probably gonna do something different in there. I think they sell something, probably some stick-ons to redo that. But me myself, I'm probably just gonna paint in there and just be done with it. Can you see? It's just so much. And I know you know, yes, I can just clean this and be done, but that corner just got so much dirt and grime that I just want to try to get most of this out before I go on to the next step. And it's a lot of dirt coming off of there. Whether, I don't know if the camera is picking it up. I think I got a pretty decent camera, but I can see it cleaning up here now. So even in this crack here, you just look at all that dirt. You want to get down in these cracks really good. So I know it's but now if you can see that is cleaned up in that area pretty good. So now I can move on to the next steps. But like I said, you just want to get in here and get as much of this dirt out of here that you can get. Look at that stuff just coming out of there. You want to get all of this stuff out of here, man. Look at that. That's just, this guy, I know my hands be dry and whatever, but I don't know what this guy was doing at the end here. So, but you just want to get in there and get all of this stuff out of here the best you can. Yep. Alrighty. So I'll come back and look at all of that. I'll come back once this is once I get this all clean. I just want to show you how you just want to take a pick. Look at all of that. Look at all of that coming off of there. I brought the car and I haven't really been moving this car around too much. And so with that, and I don't do a lot of engine work. I do some. I'm not going to say I don't. I do some mechanic work, so I do, but this ain't from me. I don't know, and from the stuff that this guy had in his car, I kind of feel that he works somewhere with computers or something, so why even he would, unless this is just McDonald's, you know, fat burgers or something. I don't know why this thing was just so filthy, you know. Maybe he weighed quite a bit and did a lot of eating in the car, and you don't really even have to weigh a lot because I ate in the car, but this is just ridiculous how the whole steering wheel is this way. So okay, to get this out of here, now this had a piece missing out of it on the steering wheel, but if it didn't, you would just want to find where it starts, get the pick in there. So actually I just got me a screwdriver that would fit in here a little better. And what I'm doing is just rocking the screwdriver back and forth. Get one side peeling out, then you rock it back and forth. And it's coming out a little quicker this way. Just rocking it back and forth. So like I said, if I ever find one in the junkyard, well, you could pull that piece all the way out of there. It's the back side of it is nothing, but it's got, so I'm gonna try to clean this up with just some wax, just some polish, and see if it clean up. If not, it needed to come out so I can get in here and get this whole steering wheel cleaned up so that die is stick on here. So then, you know, I want to try to make sure this don't get broke anymore. So I put it off in a nice safe place. That's how those come off of there, guys. And they will come out. I know it's old, but they will come out of there. So it's the same thing. I'm just gonna put this wax, grease and wax remover on here and just go to town cleaning on this baby too, you know. Take my screwdriver. Get down in here. Alright, so I want to just see how dirty. Alright, I got most of this cleaned up. See that there? Even there. And you come around here, that's how the whole steering wheel looked. Either that or right in here. So, like I say, you just gotta, like I say, I'm using lacquer thinner here. And and shop towels. And you just really wanna just get this stuff you just want to clean this grease and this dirt and whatever else. I mean, I had these Buicks back in the days, and I worked on cars, and I don't ever remember my steering wheel looking this bad, but maybe I used to clean it quite a bit. You know, I used to keep my cars clean. But it's a lot of caked on. But now, see that lacquer thinner, you know, it removes a lot of that grease. Then like I say, I got a few more steps here, but I'm just coming in, just showing you here how just want to have this wet, and you really want to get in here and clean these corners, and honestly, boy, it's just, I'm just hoping that this steering wheel, when I go to spray it, that it don't fisheye. Because this steering wheel was bad, man, I'm telling you. Alright, so I want to come in here. I just want to see, you might not be able to see this. I know I say that, but this looks much cleaner than this area. This looks cleaner than here. You might not be able to see that, but honestly, the Sim soap that I use, oh, let's go, like it squirted out of there. I mean, this stuff, it really does do some cleaning. And if you want don't have this gray scuff pad too wet, because it seems like it just dilutes the soap too much. So you want to me, my best result is not having this pad like soaking wet, and seem like it just helps the cleaning process, or even the part here. Just having it too wet just seem like it don't clean the best of me. You slice it, so then I just want to come in and I just want to wipe this. I just want to wipe this down, and then I just come in. And see, the thing is, even like this piece here, you see how you can tell that's clean and ready because it's not, it's dry and flat. Now, if this was, if the water was beating up and repelling off of here, then you know that panel is not clean. Even on here, that panel is drying evenly. It's not beating up like wax and grease is on there, because if grease and wax was on there, it would be all of these areas that the water would not lay flat on there. So that's how you know that your panel is ready. All right, so this step here, you wanna I'm using the plastic and yellow prep, plastic and leather prep, and this step here, you want to use a lint-free towel. So just want to shake this up. And all this here is like a flex agent, because people, you know, you're going to be grabbing this steering wheel. And, you know, this here is just going to kind of soften this up, you know, and let the dye adhere. It's going to allow the dye to adhere to this. I'm not saying that word right. I've been sick, so. But you just want to spray this on, get it dry. You got to wipe it down. Like I say, use a lint-free towel, and then that way you're not worried about the towel, the lint from the shop towels. You know, you ain't worried about that. You're not worried about the little particles being on your surface here just to be painted. So, all right, so now, whoa, look at that run. So now I messed up. And I'm gonna fix that. For one, this is the back side. I just sprayed wrong. I normally don't do that. I've been sick, but all right, so I got the first coat on here. Besides that run, man, I don't even spray runs when I do, I don't even spray runs when I do paint jobs, and well, I got a run on there. But being that this is the back side, I'm gonna just rub this down some. And sometimes too, if you have what I wanted to show you is no fish iron. So all that time I spent on that, I have no fish iron nowhere on the steering wheel. So it took me about 1.5 hours to clean the steering wheel, but I did a good job on it. Now, let's say like if I did have some fish iron in here, while this dye is still wet, I would just rub that around, and hopefully it'll take where I can spray over it. Now, you don't want to do that. Trust me, you don't want to do that, because eventually it could peel and, you know, come off later. You know, that's why you want your finish to turn out like this, no fish iron. So this is just the first coat. I'm gonna wait about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna spray another coat. Like I said, I gotta run here. I never run. Well, whatever. I gotta run there. I got it smoothed out. I smoothed it out, and then when I come in with the next few coats, you'll never know that was there. This is the back side of the steering wheel, so it'll be fine. Alright, real quick, I want to just come in and show you. I thought I had cleaned this panel, but I didn't clean it. Now see how that's all flaking up? See the fish iron? See the fish iron? That's what happened if you don't clean these panels exactly right. See that? This is how they turn out. Alright, so I don't have the tripod set up, but what I did was took my gloves, I didn't get in here, and I just wiped this down. Now, I'm not gonna waste my time trying to straighten this panel out. Alright, so see how I just wiped that down there? Now I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna spray this again. Seeing that this panel goes right up under the steering column, this shouldn't be a high touched area, you know, but like on your door panels, you stick your arm out the window, you wiping on that door, you wouldn't want to do this. You would want to make sure this is totally done right. But by this being a panel that sits down on the bottom of the car that you don't really see, I'm gonna just see if this will work and show you what I was talking about when you just wipe the fish eyes out. Normally you only have one, but this whole thing, I didn't even do this panel apparently. You know, I thought I did, but I might have missed this one. I think what it was that I did one step, and that was with the degreaser. And I didn't come through with the cleaner and then the final degrease, you know. And I didn't do this panel. I didn't do every step on this panel, and this is what happened. So I'm gonna come back, just show you how I wiped that whole thing down, smeared it out, and then I'm gonna come over it again with another coat and see if it peel again or bubble again. Then I'm gonna have to just just go over this whole thing and get all of this off of here and start all over, which I don't want to do, because like I say, low budget build here. Alright guys, see, this is just something, I've never done this before. Normally I make sure I clean my panels, but so what I did is just took a gray scuff pad and scuffed over this whole thing. Then I'm going to come through and see if the dye will take over this. Like I said, this ain't the way I like to do it. This ain't the way I do it. But that's why you want to make sure your panels is it's good and clean and prepped, because this dye is so expensive that you don't want to just be wasting dye. That's why I'm just gonna go over this panel the way I'm doing it, and hopefully the second coat will take. This panel sits down below, so I'm not that concerned about this particular panel. But like I said, your steering wheels, you grab that. You don't want to be doing this with that type of a panel. I've never did one like this before. I don't even know if it's gonna turn out, but I'm just gonna let you see, just in case you ever make the mistake. Hey, that's why you watch this channel. Hey, I mess up. I'm human. You know, I have bad days. Been sick the last 4 days. I haven't been out here since like New Year's, right before New Year's. So I've been kind of down. So I'm gonna see if this will work. You know, and normally when I'm doing this stuff, I'm doing it, you know, days in a row or something like that. And by me not being out here in the garage for like 4 days, I forgot where I left off. This panel was not in the box of the parts that still need to be prepped and cleaned. It was sitting out, so I thought I had completed this, but apparently I didn't. So just see if this will work, guys. I just wanted to show you here. That panel, it come out decent enough, but I wasted way too much dye just trying to get this to cover right. And the finish don't look as good as the steering wheel. See that? The finish don't look good. So you got to make sure you prep this stuff right the first time, guys. Otherwise, you know, that steering wheel is dyed real good. Now I come over here to the dash and see that's the finish you want to have. You know, that's the finish you want to have. So I'm gonna have to do the door panels. I think all of this, the dye, all of these panels are gonna cost me, it's gonna be like $150 for the dye. Nothing to do with my time. That's just the dye. But the car is gonna look real good, all red. And I think I'm going with red and black piping on the seats. I'm not 100% sure yet. I could go red and white. So I'm not 100% sure what route I want to go with this car just yet. So I'll make up my mind as I get there. And then the seats are so good. Man, I don't know. It's all about time with me. You know, it's all about time. Got so many cars that I'm dealing with here. But steering wheel come out good. It's gonna be nice there, so it's gonna be nice.